Now, I'd like to move on to some other questions. What can future councils, and my apologies if this has been asked and answered, I've been in and out for the last couple of days, so I may have missed this, but what can future councils do if they don't agree with this PDA? If this turns out to be an albatross around the neck and they want it to zone differently, well, what can they do? Are they stuck with it? Are there penalty payments? What are the remedies?
Glenn?
The agreement can be amended subject to agreement from both parties.
Okay, and if the council wants to change it and the developer does not want to change it, what can a future council do?
The agreement can be amended only with agreement of both parties.
Okay, so what you're saying is if this agreement goes through as is, and in the future the citizens of Mission no longer want to abide by it, they think it's not good for the town, are you saying that they're stuck with it?
This is an agreement between the district and the proponent, and it can only be amended by the parties, both parties.
Okay, so, all right, I think that's important to know. What happens if they do try? Are there penalties associated with it? If they do try and make any changes, a future council?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
If a future council does try to make a change in this agreement unilaterally, what happens?
The agreement can only be amended by both parties.
Okay. What is the track record in BC, or anywhere really, on these 20-year PDA agreements?
I do not believe there is a 20-year PDA agreement.
So there's never been one of these before? So this could be...
Excuse me?
I mean, is this kind of like a roll of the dice then?
I think...
I believe your question was, is there another 20-year agreement in British Columbia? Not that I'm aware.
So this is the first of this kind?
I believe that you could check with you have to confirm that with the province.
What are the usual lengths of PDAs for these types, for subdivision developments in BC?
For the legislation, the range is 10 to 20 years.
Okay, and I believe there's also 5-year ones. Am I correct?
There may be, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, what is the advantage of a 20-year over a 10-year for the District of Mission?
The advantage is that the proponent has requested a 20-year agreement. We have negotiated a 20-year agreement with a series of amenities. I'm not sure you get into calling it advantages or disadvantages. The agreement is what it says, and it's for 20 years.
Okay, so there's no clear sort of superiority of a 20-year agreement over a 10-year, or is there?
None.
Okay, so, and then I guess, I'm starting to run a little bit low on time. I'll do a little brief thing here on, I'd like to talk briefly about the concept of greenwashing. I don't know if you guys have heard the term before. It refers to taking a product or project that is not environmentally friendly, and you spin the facts and make it look very green. The one very interesting thing about greenwashing is that usually you take one aspect of the project and you talk up its green elements and you ignore any other potential issues. Over the last few days I've heard that houses are going to be built greener than houses in other subdivisions, and this very well may be true. But saying that this project is green, that is environmentally friendly, seems a little bit ridiculous. In the DFO letter, it's pretty clear that the environmental impact is not fully understood. It looks, it seems to me that a common sense that it'll have a negative impact on endangered species habitat, since it's endangered species that have been found there, and this is where they live. Take that away, they no longer live there. We know it seems that it will likely have a negative impact on fish habitat. At least that's the strong opinion that seems to be coming out from the DFO. Does council think this is an environmentally friendly project?
Well, they'll be making that decision when we have it at meeting. You can come and
All right, and now I'd like to ask a question which I'm sure is going to be extremely popular. How many councillors running for re-election have taken a donation from Genstar, related companies, or principal investors?
I haven't taken any donations from Genstar, and I don't know whether that's relevant to this project.
I would like the opportunity to answer that one. I have accepted no donations from anyone of any shape or form, nor do I intend to do so.
I have one donor myself.
That's good.
I've financed all 3 of my campaigns on my own project, taking money from no one in Mission or outside, including the WCWC.
We're not officially a partisan charity, so we wouldn't do that.
And I appreciate that. But similar groups, I've absolutely not, and individuals who wanted to give me money throughout Mission, I have turned every single cent down and used all my own money.
Thank you very much. I'll put my name back on the list.
Where I have to respond to.
Okay, Councillor Guido.
If you're implying that maybe one of the councillors have taken, but I want to clear my position. I ran last time, I'm completing my first term. I've not taken any donations last time, I've not taken any donations now, and I've not taken any donations from Gensta.
Okay, and I wasn't implying anything, I was just curious. I think it's important considering.
Councillor Stewart. Can you use your mic, please?
I've refused donations 3 years ago. I have refused donations. I'm technologically challenged. I have refused donations 3 years ago, and I've refused donations this year, and I shall continue to refuse donations.
Councillor Edwards.
I fund my campaign off of my extensive council salary.
And I can tell you that most of I think that your question may imply that we're making a decision because we are...
My question was not meant to imply anything. My question was to find out any information. I think it's an important thing to know for the people of Mission in terms of this agreement.
So,
I mean, this is a 20-year agreement. No one's ever done anything like this before. So.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.